The thing is, the game's being played at St. Maria. Koki is, he's a real good coach. He's not a better coach than Dave. Dave's done a heck of a job here. Come on. But Koki is a good coach, and he has some talented youngsters. He plays in a very tough, very tough Catholic league, which has got to toughen his kids up. No, he's not the team that he was when he had Rodney Monroe. Very few schools are, but, I just think that it's the kind of game that Martinsburg is going to have to play against a team that is going to dictate the tempo and everything else as far as the game goes. And so far this year, I don't know that Martinsburg has had to do that, so they pretty much have done what they wanted to do at will. So, they'll see some things maybe they don't want to do over there.
All right, let's talk about our friends across the county line there, John Lowry's Jefferson Cougars. Well, they're a good ball club. They have a big center, an outstanding sized young man who obviously needs a little bit more maturing as a basketball player. Are they going to develop quickly enough to give Martinsburg exceptional trouble?
That, of course, is the big question, and of course that's what will pack the house when it comes down to the sectional. Jefferson so far has not shown the signs of gelling the way that I thought maybe they would. They're winning, but they're straining and struggling. Now, getting beat by North Hagerstown the other night is not the end of the world. North Hagerstown, believe me, is a very talented ball club, and on a given night, they're capable of beating anybody. They're good. Jefferson, they don't have a true point guard, which is hurting them right now. Tonight they play at Loudoun County, which will be interesting to see the outcome of that. It'll be interesting when they play Valley, because Martinsburg was very happy to get out of Valley the other night. That game was up for grabs until Marcellus took control, and even then it was close right down to the last couple of minutes. And Valley is one of the better ball clubs in the tri-state area. So consequently, Jefferson in the next 2 weeks, they're either going to make themselves or break themselves. So on a given night, believe me, anybody can beat anybody. And that was evident, many times over in college and in high school.
Exactly so. I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break. Here are some words from some sponsors. I want to ask you about if Charlie Scott's game plan would have worked had he had more horses the other night when they led Martinsburg at halftime. And I also want you to be thinking about what you know about Hampshire to tell the folks. We'll be back with that after these.
Helpful agents about mortgage protection coverage. Wildwood, Charlestown, or Berkeley Springs. Have a building project? Check with Diesel's Building Supply, 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Joey and my New York Avenue here in Martinsburg has been serving the area for many years now with heating oil, dependable service, and some such thing, but I'll go ahead and ask you now. Charlie Scott obviously had a good game plan against Martinsburg with the Hedgesville Eagles, led them at halftime. Charlie obviously didn't have the horses to keep it going at Hedgesville, and they were blown away in the second half. Had Charlie had some additional manpower simply to go out on the court and play that game plan, was that a game plan that was capable of doing the Bulldogs?
Well, I don't think Charlie is, in the last 2 weeks, has done a superb job of coaching. He's done an excellent job with what he has to work with. But he would have difficulty regardless of the game plan. Number one, Martinsburg, and Dave would be the first one to tell you, in the game against Edwardsville, they just didn't put forth the effort that they put forth on other occasions in the first half. They were standing around. At halftime, I'm sure he has his choice words for them, and they went out and got the job done. Now, on a given night, what happens is, if you fall into a pattern like that, it can run 4 quarters as well as 2. And, of course, this is the big job that Dave has, is keeping these kids motivated, because they know that if they turn it up, they can beat anybody. And I do mean anybody. But they also have got to be aware that if they go out there and don't turn it up, they can get behind and it's over. And it only takes, when tournament time comes down, it only takes 1 loss, and that's it, to go home.
All right, now, the big question, of course, among many folks' minds, I haven't seen them, you say you haven't seen them, but the Hampshire Trojans are getting a lot of attention. They've cracked the top 10 in at least 2 polls. I don't know where they are in AP, because I'm not licensed with AP, but we do know they're in the top 10 in in UPI, and they're in the top 10 in the Metro News poll. Martinsburg's still number 1, but how good is Hampshire? What are you hearing, Jim?
Hampshire probably deserves to be in the top 10, but they're not in Martinsburg's class. They can't run with them. They will rebound with them. They can't handle a ball with them. Martinsburg had no trouble with them. Now, don't get me wrong. Hampshire is going to roll and play dead. They beat Fort Hill at Fort Hill. That was impressive. But the other teams they beat don't really impress me a whole lot.
All right, we'll be back with the starting lineup from the Martinsburg High School Fieldhouse on WEPM Sports. Matty G with Gilbert Miller this evening for your entertainment. Hope you enjoy it. The tip-off coming up shortly, right here.
Here's money-saving news about quality Gin Air products from Miller.
Cronin goes down, puts up the shot off the glass. No good. Man with the rebound. Leaves it off to Basie. Basie comes across the timeline on the dribble near side of the court. Looking right to left across your radio dial. Here's Spencer. Three-point range shot. Yes. They only give him 2. He had a foot on the line. Spencer makes it 9-0. And Carlisle needs a timeout. Here, Gilbert.
Yeah, well, they call it. I tell you, when you lose your horses, it's tough sometimes. And apparently that's what's happened to Carlisle, Johnny.
Carlisle, sure, talk about it. The Dogs are on top, 9-0. 5:35 to go. First quarter of play. We'll be right back.
And we make it quick and easy to apply. Just stop by our residential lending department and we'll help you on your way to your new home. This is JP Money for the Old National Bank, an equal opportunity lender.
Back to action as Carlisle has possession, loses the ball on the sideline pass, and the Bulldogs have it right back. Smokey puts into Marcellus. Marcellus works around the right perimeter. Lobs the pass up, looking for man, or Dokes, I should say. Dokes can't jam it down again. And the Carlisle Thundering Herd comes away with a free basketball there. Jason Franklin across the timeline on the dribble. He kind of pulled his foot there, but no call. Little mercy shown, huh? Houston with the ball. He's into the paint, tries to spin and turn and shoot. And the ball is out of bounds. Man kept the guy from getting it away, kept Musey from getting the shot up. It's out of bounds, however, off Musey, and the Bulldogs come right back to it. Right to left across the radio dial. Over on the right side, there's Spencer. Spencer now goes across the baseline. And Marcellus tries to force the pass into man. Aaron can't hang on to it. It's back. Actually, it's fouled out. We've got a foul. Okay.
Number 12, Music.
Musey has a personal. That's 2 team fouls now on the Carlisle Thundering Herd. Marcellus gets the ball inbounds on a pass, can't make the shot from the baseline left. It's high off the back of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Crawford. Crawford across the timeline with a pass. Shoots the ball over on the left side to Franklin. Franklin working right to left. And a bounce pass into the lane picked off by Smokey. Smokey to Spencer. Spencer goes down to Dokes, and Dokes jams it home. Anthony Dokes puts up and puts in. Actually didn't jam it. He was here, though. He was off the board with it. And probably could have jammed it, except Dave probably told him to do that, and why you're going to make him.
I tell you, what made it at basket?
Shots up and shots in, and finally Carlisle gets on the board as the bucket's made by Mike Crawford. So it's 11-2, Dogs on top. Here's a pass from Spencer going down on the baseline in the near part to Aaron Mann, and Mann puts it up. He gets a foul. And the personal on Jeff Smith, his second. Third team foul. That sends Aaron Mann to the line for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Aaron with 2 points in the field so far tonight. He's shooting 2. Aaron has the first shot up and in. Rattles around a little bit to fall through. And the Dogs lead 12-2. Aaron again from the charity stripe. And I'm really blocked off on this hoop, Gilbert. Yeah, it's up and in. I have a stiff neck by the time I get home. Hey. I'll give my wife a chance to give me a knit club. That'll be okay. Jeff Smith out by pass. Up to Musey. Musey goes to the hoop. Puts it up. He's fouled. And he's fouled with authority by Spencer Ferguson. Spencer's first. Bulldogs first. It's going to be a shooting opportunity for John Musey. And Musi and Marcellus have a little chit-chat there in the foul circle as if they're lost friends. I don't know, maybe they are.
Could be. I'll tell you, Carlisle's got a couple of kids that handle the ball fairly well, but they don't have any size, and they're hurting.
Musi foul shots up at all net. Apparently can do that fairly decently.
Well, usually when you got a bunch of midgets there, two fouls,
Shots up, and it's all net again. What a nice shot, Gilbert.
Yeah, he does.
All right, here come the Bulldogs. Back with the basketball. Marcellus controls the offense. Goes to the right wing. Leaves it for Spencer. Spencer from three-point range. High off the back of the rim. Rebound to Dokes. Dokes can't get it to a follow shot to fall. And this time Carlisle comes away with the loose basketball. Musi pulling down the board. And handing off to Jason Franklin, who will control the offense. Franklin across the timeline on the dribble. Flips it over on the left side. And up into the hands of Kernan. Kernan now leaves it off for Crawford on the left. Crawford goes down to the baseline. Can't get anything done with it. Throws the ball away into the lane. Here's Spencer on a snowbird. Okay. Spencer wasted no time getting up the court with that ball, did he, Gib?
No, he sure didn't. I'll tell you, he's quite an athlete.
15-4, the Dogs are on top, and Corey Tucker's going to get into the ball game. Corey's going to replace Spencer. And I'll tell you, Tucker can generate some good feelings among these Bulldogs. I've seen him enliven them on a couple occasions, Gib. Nice ball player. All right, with Tucker in, Spencer on the bench, the Bulldogs can't hang on to an inbound play, and Carlisle gets the ball right back. Full court pressure applied. Crawford clears the timeline on a pass to Musi. Musi goes down on the baseline left, and driving in on the hoop is Rich Kernan. Kernan puts up and puts in for two. It's now 15-6. Martinsburg right back with it. Shots up, no good by Marcellus. Here's the foul shot by Dokes. No, it won't fall. Dokes gets his own. Still battling for position on the baseline. And what do we got there? A charge? Foul? Out of bounds? I don't know. 31 charging. Yeah. Anthony Dokes gets called for a charge, and I think that was a good call, Gib. All right. Here comes the thundering herd. Back left to right across your radio dial with the basketball. And trailing big time by 9. 15-6. Smokey gets called for a foul as the thundering herd comes up court with the ball. Let's get these reserves names in for you real quick. Eric Johnson, Corey Tucker, Doug Ferguson, Dave McKenzie, Deion Taylor, Carty Roberts, Mike Roberts, Chris Fincham, and Scott Lynch. They're the bench for the Bulldogs. The bench for the Thundering Herd of Carlisle: Travis Walker, Brian Black, Chad Overbaugh, Rick Foster, and Brent Simmons. Now you know who all the contestants are here. And another turnover by the Carlisle Thundering Herd, which I didn't see, Gib. Maybe you did.
Yeah, well, it was 5-second call.
Okay. And looking for Dokes down underneath goes Basie. Basie can't get it to him, and Smokey picks up the loose basketball and goes to the hoop for a layup. 17-6, 11-point Bulldog lead with 2:15 remaining first quarter of play. Here come the Thundering Herd, back to left to right across the radio dial. Franklin dishes over on the left side, gives it to Crawford. Crawford tosses up a shot from the dotted line in the lane. Rebound comes away to Anthony Dokes. Dokes outlets to Basie. Basie outlets to Smokey under the rim, and all Smokey had to do was put it up and put it in. He got it done.
Real good pass work.
Yeah.
Moved the ball well. They fell into a couple of minutes there where they were just coming up, firing it up, but they moved the ball that time, worked the ball, and that's what you have to do. It's difficult when you're ahead by.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
19-6, the shot will count, and Smokey goes to the line to shoot one. 3-point opportunity. Nope, he doesn't cash it. Rebound to Corey Tucker. Tucker steps on the baseline with the ball. And the turnover on the baseline violation goes to the Carlisle Thundering Herd. Jason Franklin, the inbounder. Full court pressure again applied. He bounces the ball into Crawford. Crawford leaves it over on the left side for Jeff Smith. Now Smith has to bounce it across the timeline to Kernan. Kernan leaves it on the baseline on the left side to Jason Franklin. Back out front comes the Thundering Herd to Mike Crawford. Baseline drive. Franklin puts it up and draws a blocking foul. That'll be charged to Smokey. 2 personals on Smokey. I've got 3 team fouls on the Bulldogs, maybe 1 short this year.
4. Spencer has 1, Dokes has 1, Grantham has 2.
There you go. I've got them. And what do we got here on the Thundering Herd?
Smith has a couple, and Music has 1.
So 3.
That's not a shooting foul. Okay. Robbie's going to let him take it out.
Inbound play to by Jason Franklin goes to Jeff Smith. on the baseline. Cronin tries to drive, and we've got another foul against the Dogs.
I don't know about that one, I'll tell you.
Blocking foul on 30,
I guess, and man.
And man, yeah, that'll be their fifth. And that's going to put them on the line, send them to the line. So it's going to be Rich Cronin there to shoot. Cronin with 2 points from the field tonight. 19-6 to score here in the first quarter of play with 1:36 remaining in the stanza. Shots up. And rattles around, no good. Rebound comes away to Anthony Dokes, and Dokes leaves it off for Doug Ferguson, who's checked in to run the point. Over on the right side to Marcella. Marcella feeds it in the lane. Dokes, travel. No, 3 seconds. I'm sorry. I thought Dokes traveled. Well, I think he did both.
Well, he may have. He was in the lane.
And here's the inbound play on the turnover caused by Dokes' feet in the lane too long. Of course, come the Thundering Herd with the ball. Franklin on the right side brings it back outside. This is over on the left. Goes to Crawford. Crawford tries to hit somebody down in the lane. Looked like he was looking for 33, I guess that was Cronin. Yeah. And the ball's out of bounds off of Anthony Dokes.
So what makes that play, Johnny, what makes that play work? Martinsburg is playing a man-to-man, but they slough off, and that clogs it up.
Franklin puts up a three-point attempt. It's no good, and the rebound comes away to Marcellus Stacey. Stacey across the timeline on the dribble, moving like a football player there. And we'll see if we get a block or a charge. I guess we're going to have a block. 33, Rich Cronin draws his first personal of the night. And it's going to be Stacey at the foul line. He'll be shooting one and one, I should say. Marcellus on the 1+1 with a 19-16 lead for the Bulldogs. 54 seconds remaining, first quarter of play. Johnny G with Gilbert Miller for WVPN, your Eastern Panhandle Sports Connection. Let's see, the Dogs start 3 for 5 at the foul line, and Basiel Santos so 3 for 4 at the foul line.
Now they're 3 for 5.
Yeah. And the hook shot's up, no good on the foul shot by Dokes. It won't fall, and we've got another baseline violation. This against the Dogs, and it's going to give the basketball to the Carlisle Thundering Herd. And it in to Crawford, and the play's busted up by the Dogs as Dokes knocks it out of bounds on the baseline. Check that, that's not Dokes, that's 32 in there, that's Mikey Roberts. Mike's been getting plenty of playing time here, Gibb.
He is a very good-looking young fellow. I tell you, he handles himself pretty well.
Ben Simmons now in the ball game for the Thundering Herd. Ran off the bench for Coach Suspicion. They told me to talk and I can't. Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Suspicion. Jason Franklin puts it in. They go back now to Mike Crawford. His shot up, no good, but the whistle sounded before.
Foul's going to be on Dokes, I think.
And there's not much intensity in this contest. I'm having trouble sounding enthused.
And unfortunately, it's, you can't tell when you schedule a team. Here's a team that's been state champions for 2 or 3 years and a powerhouse, and all of a sudden they hit, a very difficult time. And
sure, when you write the schedule, it looks like a great opportunity for Martinsburg to show and or test their stuff.
Right.
And all of a sudden they got a team that's just on woeful times.
Those things you can't anticipate because schedules are made up a year or 2 years in advance rather frequently. So,
well, he could have called DeMatha to come back in. He's pretty sure he's going to get a game out of him.
I would think.
With or without the stop, huh?
Yeah.
Survived. It was neat seeing him here last year. 19-7.
Of course, that's the difference, Johnny, between a school like DeMatha. They can go out and recruit a few kids and bring them in, but, they're consistently going to give you a good battle. Whereas a public school, you take who walks through the door, and sometimes that isn't what you get.
Exactly so. Marcellus is sent back to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. So by score 19-7, Marcellus makes it 20 for the Dogs. I should have said that the young man that was at the foul line, John Musey, made the front end of a 1-and-1, missed the back end, giving the Thundering Herd their 7th point of the night. I don't know who the foul was on that Marcellus is shooting on now. He makes them both. That's good stuff for Marcellus. 21-7 now. Triple score. Inbound play goes to Jeff Smith. And again, full court pressure applied by the Dogs. Crawford down on the left side. He clears the timeline on the pass to Franklin. Franklin puts it over on the right side. Shots up by Jeff Smith. It's an air ball. Loose ball comes away to whoever that is. Corey Tucker. And the Bulldogs lose it. They lose it to Carlisle. Carlisle now on the floor. That was a nice piece of dribbling there by Jason Franklin. His feet went out from under him. Kept the ball on the dribble. Didn't get called for the walk in, but on the pass, a walk is called, I believe, against Mike Crawford. So the Dogs get it back at three-quarter court. Tucker inbound. There's the ball into the hands of Doug Ferguson. And Doug can't hang on as the quarter comes to an end. We're through with one quarter of play here. Our score, the Bulldogs 21. The Thundering Herd of Carlisle 7. We'll be back after these. On WEPM Sports, getting you ready for the Mountaineers and Temple. We'll get Gilbert to talk a little bit about that matchup at halftime tonight on WEPM Sports. Right now, the Dogs with the basketball in a big 21-7 lead over the Carlisle Thundering Herd just underway second quarter of play. And Doug Ferguson out there working on the right side, puts the ball out front to Marcellus Basie, and Marcellus with a generous feed to Mike Roberts, and Roberts puts up for two. 23-7, Dogs in a romp. And I hate to say this, you want to say this is a long way from over, but I don't think so, Jeff.
Well, actually, like I say, Carlisle just does not have the manpower to match. They don't have the size. Their ball handling is questionable. They have a couple of young men that handle it fairly well, and their shooting, well, of course, they're just overmatched, that's all.
Exactly so. Not much more you can say, and that's it. No way to be charitable about it.
Nope.
At the foul line is Jeff Smith. And he took up an air ball with nobody guarding him. What do you do to kids to do that, Gilbert?
Well, you pat them on the rear end and tell them shake it off, you'll be okay. A nervous wreck, I guess. High school kids are...
Okay, Ferguson works the ball down on the baseline and goes to Mike Roberts. Roberts tries to let it through him over to Corey Tucker, and Tucker can't get to the pass. So the ball turns over on the Bulldog baseline to Carlisle. And they'll see what they can do with it. Franklin's going to inbound. He whips the ball in on a nice looking pass to Jeff Smith. Smith to the timeline, met there by Spencer Ferguson. Turns, twirls, and goes around Spencer and goes to his right on a pass. Gets to Musey. Musey down the right side of the lane, puts it up on a layup for two. And it's 23-9, Dogs on top. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Shots up by Marcellus Basie. No good. From the right baseline. And the rebound pulled down by Musey. Musey outlets over to Franklin. Franklin across the timeline on the dribble, getting ready to check back in as Anthony looks for the Dogs. To the right perimeter go the Thundering Herd, and the ball is whipped into the lane by number 31. That is Travis Walker now in the ball game. Picked off by Marcellus, brings it back and pulls up at the foul line. Stopper, Popper, and that's two more for Martinsburg. And Marcellus now has 6. 25-9, Dogs. Carlisle with the ball. Smith to the timeline in the far corner.
Oh, my.
With the bad pass right at the Martinsburg bench, and young Mr. Walker about killed himself trying to get to it. He would have probably had to die to get to that one, Gibbs.
Well, see, he made a cardinal mistake. He went over the timeline and turned his back. Now he's got 4 people guarding him.
Dogs come back with the ball. Basie over on the left wing to Corey Tucker. Into the paint. Stokes, turn around, no good. On the shot. Rebound to Smith. Smith outlets to the left side. Up the left side comes Jason Franklin. Franklin pulls up on the bottom box. I should say it's a dotted line there. And Popper for 2. It's 25-11. Dogs. Here's Marcellus. Dumps it into the lanes. Anthony Dokes, and Dokes just has a little chip shot, and it's up and in. 27-11. Back and forth we go with scoring now, okay? We'll take it that way. Jason Franklin across the timeline. He has a pocket pick by Anthony Dokes. We have a whistle, and is it going to be out of bounds or a foul? We believe it's going to be just out of bounds.
I think, yeah.
John Franklin will put it in. Carlisle retains possession. Walker to Franklin. Franklin on the right side. Whips it over on the left side of the lane to Musey. Musey goes down on the baseline on a pass. Back to Travis Walker. Walker's shot, no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Here's Spencer back with the ball. Ferguson drives down to get the pick from, Cardi Roberts. Mike Roberts, I should say. And Spencer gets his 2. And we've got a timeout called by Carlisle. 5:14 to go. First half of play. 29-11. Dogs by 20. We'll be back.
TNT Money for the Old National Bank and Equal Housing Lender.
Okay, Carlisle with the basketball off their timeout. They go to Musey on the right wing. Musey drives it down on the bottom box and back outside they go to get the ball to Jeff Smith. He takes the right wing jump shot from 15 feet. It's off the front of the rim. A weak-looking shot. Spencer Ferguson with the rebound. Pulls up three-point range. Top of the key. No good on the shot. It's off the front of the rim. Spencer gets his own loose ball. Feeds it to Corey Tucker. Tucker from three-point range. Nope, they only give him two. He had a foot on the line, and Corey had two. His first two of the night. Dogs are on top 31-11. That's an incredible lead, Gilbert. This point in the game. Well, again, the ball stolen away by Spencer Ferguson. Goes to Dokes. Dokes puts it up. No good. Misses the layup from the left side. Spencer battling for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and Carlisle gets possession.
There's really not much Dave can do. He's got, he substituted early in the first quarter, so, I mean, he's got to let his starters play.
Yeah, Franklin puts the ball inbounds to Musey. Musey twisting and turning through traffic in the backcourt. And clears the timeline on a pass to Jason Franklin with a lot of traveling going on and no call. I think our officials are being a little bit merciful, huh?
Yeah, I believe so. He took a couple extra, but
we got a make-up call down there on a 3 second.
Okay.
I guess they figured Carlisle was going to mess up sometime. We just wait with the whistle a minute.
You got the one you want.
Yeah. 31-11, in case you're wondering what's going on here. The Dogs are just having no problem with Carlisle tonight. Halfway through the second quarter of play, jump shot up by Anthony Dokes, no good. He gets the follow and puts it up and in. Dokes having a nice night with 9 points so far. 33-11. Martinsburg, both teams long since on the bonus. I was surprised that both teams won in the bonus in the first quarter here, Jib. Martinsburg had no need to foul.
Well, when you press, you're going to foul.
Here's Musey, whips it over on the right side for Jeff Smith of the Thundering Herd. Back out front to Musey. Musey to the foul line. This is outside on the right side from the bottom box. A pass is shoved into Jeff Smith, and Smith puts up and in. That's a nice feed there from Rich Cronin.
Nice play. Nice pattern.
Yeah, 33-13. Okay, Spencer on the right side. Comes around and drives the baseline. Lays it up, no sweat. Spencer has 8 tonight. And really, we're in a situation of wondering just how many points the Dogs can score.
As many as they want to, probably, Johnny. I'm sure that they won't, but they could. They could break 100 without any problem.
Franklin passes to Musey on the right side. Top box, twirling, spinning shot is choked off by the Dogs. We're going to have a foul charge, however, as Musey was trying to get something going.
32.
The foul will be charged to Mikey Roberts.
Dokes was congratulating him because Dokes already has a couple. He knows if he gets another one, he's going to have to sit down.
I only have Anthony for one.
Well, maybe it is one. I got him for 2.
Well, you're probably right.
I'm not sure. I'll tell you.
Musey at the line. I tell you, Carlisle better make the foul shot.
Yeah.
They didn't even do that. Musey misses that one, spins around the hoop. Marsalis comes away with the basketball. Puts a nice feed down in the lane for Deion Taylor, but Taylor can't cash in. And we've got a jump ball for the rebound and possession to Carlisle. Alternating possession. What do you think when that went in, Gilbert?
Well, I tell you, when that rule went in,
yeah.
I like it. It speeds the game up.
Okay.
Yeah. At first I didn't, but I like it. It speeds it up, and it gives the team that doesn't have a height advantage puts them back in it.
Okay. Now, let me ask you about another one while we're sitting here watching the blowout. John Piccolomini says, I hate the three-point rule.
It's a great rule. I disagree with John. Gives the little guy a chance.
Okay. He says he doesn't like the way it makes you play defense.
Well, hey, you play defense from baseline to baseline anyhow. If you got a good ball club, you watch the bouncer. They pick you up when you take it out. With Martinsburg, they pick you up full court. They don't give you anything.
Okay.
John and I disagree on that. We probably disagree on a lot of things.
That's one of them. Okay, we got some foul shooting being done by Musey, and he cans this one. And again, we're having more fun than we are watching basketball right now, talking basketball, so I missed the foul again. We'll try to pick that up for you at halftime. Musey catches one end of a 1-and-1, and now he's got both ends, and Musey actually is not so bad at the line. He's got himself 5 for 7.
Nothing wrong with that.
35-15 the score. Spencer, no, that's not Spencer, that's Eric Johnson putting up a shot. He can't get it to fall, but the foul shot is up and in by Deion Taylor. 37-15. I think Taylor had that, didn't he, Gibb?
Tough for me to see around that corner. I'll tell you.
I got the same problem. I'll give it to Taylor. I think he got the follow unless Johnson got his own follow. I don't think he did.
No.
37-15. Dog, a bundle, needless to say. Here's Musey with the ball out front. Top of the key shot, no good by Mike Crawford off the back of the rim. Rebound to Spencer Ferguson. Ferguson comes across the timeline on the dribble, gets the ball choked out of his hand by Crawford, but picks it back up. This is off to Eric Johnson, and Johnson puts it up off the backboard. It won't fall. And the rebound comes away to the Thundering Herd. Musey with the basketball. Dishes off to Crawford. Crawford up the right side of the leaves it off for Musey. Musey on the bottom box, puts it up off the glass for two. Carlisle just getting what they can now, 37-17. Bulldogs right back with it. Shots up by Marcellus. No good. We've got a foul. Marcellus called for the charge. His first personal. 37. Well, they say that's Marcellus' second foul, let's say. 37-17 the score. Bulldogs by 20. 1:37 to go in the first half of play. And down first, it's Jeff Smith. Goes back to Jason Franklin. Franklin leads it over on the left wing. And again, Carlisle nearly throws the ball away over the sideline. Jason Franklin picks it up, goes back to the timeline, and now comes back to the top of the key, dishes it over on the right side, gets it to Smith. Smith takes the jumper. 20-footer? Nope. No good. Over the back of the rim. Rebound, however, comes away to the Thundering Herd, and Cronin gets the dish down low and puts it up off the glass for two. So give Rich Cronin two more. Here come the Bulldogs back on the attack. They're out on the right side. Let's see, we've got Scott Lynch in there. He feeds it out front to Chris Fincham, and Fincham hammers it home for two. Trips net from, 18 feet, I guess. 39-19. 50 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Thundering Herd looking for something to get going, and they get nothing going as the bomb's put up by Travis Walker from way outside on the left wing. Rebound comes away to the Bulldogs, pulling it down. And I'm still going to have to start looking at the scorebook here. Eric Johnson pulled that down and brought it all the way back.
Right, Dave has substituted everybody has.
Right now on the court, we've got Eric Johnson. We've got Scott Lynch, Chris Fincham, McKenzie's in there. Who's that in the middle? 34 is 24 must be Cardi Rabbit.
Yeah.
It is Cardi Rabbit. There's a shot up, and the shot's good. That's from Musey. And Musey's caught a little bit of fire here, getting something going. Outside shot, up and good for two. That one put up by Bulldog, 35, that's Scott Lynch. So they're just swapping shots now, Gilbert. And the buzzer goes off mercifully on this first half of play, as far as I'm concerned. We're through with one stanza here at the Martinsburg High School Fieldhouse, and the score, the Bulldogs 41, Carlisle 21. We'll be back with our halftime show shortly.
You do, when it comes to a game of this kind, well, number one, Dave gets a chance to play everybody, so that keeps everybody happy.
Okay.
Number two, you can experiment with some things that maybe you want to try down the road. In other words, you got a particular pattern you want to run, or maybe you want to use somebody else on the point. Marcellus is his point guard. I mean, that's okay, and Lord forbid, but suppose he comes down, pops an ankle, and he goes up against Jefferson. He's got to have another point guard. All right, so it gives him a chance to use Johnson or Ferguson or somebody of that nature and see. So from Dave's point of view, or from Martinsburg's point of view, a game of this kind, on occasion, you don't want too many of them, because then, you know, you really, this is the thing that bothers me, and the reason I'm not certain enough to New Hampshire, the thing or something of that nature. So a game like this, from the fans' point of view, it's great because everybody gets to play, and you know the game's over with, court starts and all that stuff. So, but still, it's not a good situation, really. And I'm sure that Dave doesn't, he didn't, when he scheduled this team, he thought he was bringing in a real good ball club, and I'll defend him 100%. You have no way of knowing a year in advance what you're going to run up against. So, it does have some advantages.
Okay, we'll take that as it stands, huh? Gilbert, I want you to talk a little bit about the Mountaineers and Temple when we get back on WEPM. Should be a good game, and I'll be watching and listening to it too, huh? We'll talk a little bit about Gale and the bunch, and a guy that Gilbert can talk about because he really does know him. I don't. We'll be back with that after these.
W.S. Howard Company is your lighting and restaurant supply headquarters. If your home, church, office, or store is in need of lighting or electrical supplies, the W.S. Howard Company can fill your every need, including electrical heat supplies, plus all types of fans, attic, and ceiling. The W.S. Howard Restaurant Division serves hotels, motels, schools, markets, and taverns with complete restaurant supplies, including china and flatware, plus janitorial supplies. Visit the W.S. Howard Company today, 1010 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, or call 263-9741.
Don't take your windows for granted. Stop in at the Martinsburg Lumber Company and see the Anderson Prima Shield windows. Anderson Prima Shield windows feature energy-saving double-pane insulating glass, low-maintenance exterior with a natural insulating solid wood core, easy operation, and a 75-year tradition of quality and beauty. Anderson Prima Shield double-hung windows incorporate the best of modern styling. Available at the Martinsburg Lumber Company at 1125 Washington Avenue.
What? Section 34. You want to say something to him? Ready? Give him a bulldog bar. I can't get him roused right now. I guess they're concentrating on something else. You guys want to make some noise on the radio? Sound off. Come on. Huh? No ringleader. Okay. Gilbert, honestly, Temple House in tonight to take on the Mountaineers should be the big game of the Atlantic 10 Conference season so far. First of all, Temple's not what they were last year.
No, they have Macon, and if you control him, Gale will beat him. It's that simple.
Okay. How good is Gale's team this year? Are the Mountaineers really a legitimate contender to go far, say, in the NCAA?
Yes, they are. At the first of the season, I really was I followed him real close because of Gale, naturally, and I thought, holy smokes, Robert Morris. But since that time, hey, they handled Maryland with ease at Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
They handled Penn State, Pitt, Pitt, and those two wins, they got to make you think, man. I mean, come on, you don't beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh turns around and knocks off Syracuse or somebody, and, in college this year, Johnny, I don't think there's any really dominant team. Georgetown's one of the best. North Carolina's one of the best. They always are. North Carolina State's one of the best. In the West, probably Oklahoma, and I don't know about the Pacific Coast because I go to sleep before I ever hear those scores. But seriously, West Virginia could, I don't want to put a jinx on anybody, but they could be in, Dick Vitale or some of the Sweet 16. Now, I don't know about, any further than that, but they're capable of beating anybody on a given night. The reason is he's getting great play out of his guards. They're not turning the ball over. They're scoring some, and they're going inside. And when you score inside, you're forced to be reckoned with. That's one thing that makes Martinsburg good. He's got Dokes and man. He can go inside. If you try to live and die from outside, you got problems. On a given night, you're going to get beat because you're not going to shoot that great. So I'd say tonight, I'll really go out all in. West Virginia will beat Temple by 10.
All right. One thing helping you, Gale's got a good big man this year.
Yes.
He does not often have a decent big man.
Yes, he is. And his guards are playing well, and I'll tell you, they are playing good basketball. I know they struggled out at GW, but hey, that's, on a given night, that stuff goes on. You can get beat anytime you go out there.
Well, you got to say it's on an 0-15 or 0-13 team,
Hey, they got nothing to lose. They're pretty easy,
Okay, Mountaineers are coming up on WEPM after this broadcast, and in fact, we will get to the Mountaineers for the play-by-play, whether this one's history or not at that time, and let you know what the final score is. With that said, our halftime score, 41-21, Martinsburg handily over Carlisle. We'll be back with the second half of action in 30 seconds.
We'll be practicing your needs. John Deere financing available with approved credit.
Back with you from the Martinsburg High School Fieldhouse. Action underway. Marcellus Spacey has the basketball and goes to the hoop for two right away. Marcellus had 6 in the first quarter, Spencer had 8. I'm sorry, in the first half. Spencer had 8. Anthony Dokes 9. Aaron Mann 4. Smokey Grantham 4. 2 apiece for Corey Tucker, Deion Taylor, Mike Roberts, Chris Fincham, and Scott Lynch. That's your scoring for Martinsburg in the first half. In the first half, 11 for John Musey for Carlisle, and 4 for Rich Cronin. The guys with, there's a shot put up at the end by Carlisle, and number 20, Jeff Smith gets it. We had shot by Spencer right now, no good. Smith with the rebound for Carlisle. Let's see, again, 11 points for Musey in the first half, 4 for Cronin, 2 apiece for Franklin, Smith, and Crawford. Carlisle comes back with the basketball. They're working it around the perimeter. Try to drive it in the lane, try to get the ball into the big man Cronin, and nothing doing as Martinsburg steals it away. But again, on the transition, the thundering herd gets the basketball, stolen away by Smith. He feeds it to Musey, and Musey puts it off the glass for 2. So Carlisle trying to get a little something going here to start this second half of play, and it's 43-25. Martinsburg comes back. Shot put up by Basie. Shot's no good. And kind of physical after the rebound. We have a palming violation called on Smith as he looks for the pass and can't hang on, Gibb.
No, their ball handling skills leave a little bit to be desired.
43-25, Dogs on top by a bundle. Here's Marcellus back with the basketball, left to right across your radio dial. Alley-oop to Spencer Ferguson. Spencer went for the jam and missed it. I tell you, Gibb, I don't know. I'm not that crazy about seeing high school kids go for the fancy jam.
I'm not too sure in high school, but what it ought to be outlawed. I'm afraid that more kids get hurt, and, you know, he likes the fans, but, oh, come on, he's a kid.
Yeah. What is the danger there, Gibb?
Well, you can catch your finger in the thing like the big boy Pawpaw did and lose it.
Yeah.
3 years ago or 4 years ago, cost him a shot at state.
Here we go. Smokey Grantham with the ball. Feeds it off into the lane, and Spencer goes to the hoop and puts up and puts in. 45-25 our score. Of course, come the thundering herd. Right to left across your radio dial with the basketball. That's Jason Franklin. Bounces it on the top box to Rich Cronin. And Cronin turns around, spins, put one up.
Oh, man.
Won't go and won't count. It's bad. Aaron Mann draws the personal. That's Aaron's second personal. First team foul of the second half for the Bulldogs. The inbounding will be done by Carlisle on their own baseline. The inbound pass by Jason Franklin. He dishes off, and a shot's thrown up by Travis Walker. That won't go. And we got a touch foul now as Jason Franklin fouls Marcellus from behind. Marcellus crossing the timeline, got across the timeline in good shape, and Franklin just reached out and touched someone. Yeah. First team foul on the thundering herd. Grantham inbounds to Marcellus. Marcellus goes to the right side of the lane. Pulls up inside the foul line and puts up and puts in. Little stopper popper. Marcellus patented shot.
Nice shot. Soft. Real good. Shoots the ball well.
47-25 Dogs by 22 points. All right. Thundering herd with the basketball. Franklin. Left side, puts up, no good.
Man, number 30, that's 3.
Aaron Mann fouled Cronin. I said Franklin, I was wrong. It was Cronin on the left side there. And Cronin's going to go to the stripe. That'll be the second team foul on the Bulldogs, third, I should say, in the second half. And we'll see how young Mr. Cronin shoots the basketball from the charity stripe. His first attempt, he's got 4 from the field on the night. He'll be shooting 2. 47-25, Dogs on top. Shots up by Cronin and good. 47-26, Dogs. Again, Cronin to the line. Number 33, tallest man on the club. And he rolls it around and down through. 47-27, Dogs lead by 20. Marcellus back on the attack to the foul line. Pulls up left side of the line. Tries to put up a shot. It's blocked away. Rebound, the loose ball comes away to the thundering herd. They go to Cronin, and Cronin puts it up off the glass for 2.
Nice fast break.
47-29. Basie back with the basketball to the right side. Dishes off on his left to Smokey. Smokey shuffle step toward the paint. Gets away with it.
Smokey got killed, but he didn't get a foul shot.
and Aaron Mann gets called for 3 seconds in the lane. 47-29. Carlisle comes up with the basketball. Breaks it, Franklin brings it across the timeline. As Martinsburg sags back into a 1-2-2 zone defense. Smith works it around the perimeter. Franklin over on the right side. Out front. Shots put up and put in. Travis Walker with a nice touch. Did they give him 3?
Yeah, I think he was deep enough for
Yeah, they gave him 3. Walker for 3 makes it 47-32. Here's Marcellus pulling up at the foul line. Topper won't fall this time. Doak battles for the rebound. Jump ball called. And we're going to get a possession to Martinsburg.
Actually, Martinsburg, by not pressing, is allowing Carlisle to stay, reasonably close. It's not as close as the score sounds now, ladies and gentlemen.
47-32. Here's Corey Tucker outside, right wing. Shot no good. Anthony Doak with the follow shot is good. 49-32, Dogs. 4 minutes remaining, third quarter to play. Mountaineer basketball coming your way shortly. Carlisle loses the ball on the transition. Anthony Doak walks as he tries to pass off to Marcellus Basie across the timeline. Doak in his defense was on the floor and he had his feet wobbling as he dished the ball off.
Yeah, Tucker made a great save. That's good hustle when you're here this much. It's tough to get kids to really put it all out. He's hustling.
Franklin has the ball at half court for the Thundering Herd of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Leaves it down for Walker. Walker drives the baseline, throws one up, but a 3-second violation called against number 12, John Musey, in the lane. Inbounds play now from Tucker to Marcellus. Marcellus going left to right across the radio dial. Across the line, over on the left side. It bounce passes to Tucker. And we've got a holding violation. This is going to go against John Musey on Corey Tucker. Musey, that's his third personal, and the second team foul on Carlisle. Inbound play goes to Corey. Corey puts up from the left baseline. Shot's no good. Rebound comes away to the Bulldogs, and a fall away for Spencer Ferguson. Ball through. 51-32. Dogs by plenty. No problem here. 19-point lead. 3.5 to go. Third quarter of play. Mountaineer basketball coming up for you in case you're getting bored with this one. Musey again in the lane. Puts up for 2. Little hook shot. Nice looking soft shot, kid.
Yeah.
Here's Basie back on the right wing. Throws one up off the glass. Kind of gets stuck between the glass and the rim and won't go. Ball is touched by the Thundering Herd, and Basie picks it up on the other side of the timeline, brings it back. This is off to Ferguson. Ferguson throws one up underhanded under the glass. No good. And Musey has the rebound. Leaves it off on his right to Jason Franklin. Franklin comes up to the timeline, met by Marcellus at the timeline. Now Franklin across the line, down to the top of the key. Leaves it off to Musey. Musey drives the baseline. There's a shot choked away by Corey Tucker. It'll be out of bounds to the Thundering Herd. 51-34 our score. Martinsburg easily on top. 2:40 to go, third quarter of play. Inbounding by Franklin. Gets it into Musey. Musey throws it up and in. Just a little 5-foot chipper underneath on the baseline left. Makes it 51-36 right away. Spencer down the right side of the lane for 2. No good. Tried for 2, I should say, and gets his own rebound. Now throws it up for 3. Shot's no good. Rebound by Smokey. Smokey puts it off the glass for 2.
Smokey says, you won't give it to me, I'm going to get it and shoot it myself.
How about it? Well, that's what you got to do sometimes, huh? Smokey's kind of standing out there without much going on for him. Smokey has 6 in the game now. Outside goes the Thundering Herd to Cronin on the left wing. Goes it over between the rings to Jason Franklin. Franklin drives to the right. Puts the ball over in Cronin's hands. Cronin's out on the right wing right now. Big man on the right wing. What's going on there, Gilbert?
Well, they're back in a man-to-man. He pops in a 3-pointer.
Franklin does that.
Yeah.
Jason Franklin closes the gap a little bit. 53-39. Leads down to 14 for the Bulldogs. Smokey gets the shot. Turnaround jumper. It's an air ball. Rebound comes away to Carlisle. Coming up, Franklin puts it up. No good. And we've got a whistle on the baseline. I believe it's going to be a foul, and it's probably going to be against Smokey, I think, Gibb.
Could be one or two that was back under there.
Grantham for blocking. That'll be his third.
Well, Martinsburg shifted back into a man-to-man now. Of course, that keeps that steps the tempo up a little bit, too.
Jason Franklin goes to the foul line. He has 5 points in the ball game, a recent 3-pointer among them, 53-39. And, well, Jason can make it a 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. Martinsburg's played with a distinct lack of intensity here in the third quarter, Gibb.
Well, it's tough. I mean, they know that they can score whenever they feel like it, and to be honest, they can, you know. There's no comparison.
Jason Franklin puts the foul shot up and in with 1:35 remaining in the third quarter. Here's the second one. This is rattles around, no good. Spencer comes up with the rebound.
That Spencer can get up in the air.
Is he, though?
I declare, he jumps up over the rim.
Yes, he does. Here's Spencer on a feed down the left side. Top box shot, no good. Foul. And the foul against Rich Cronin. Cronin's second personal. Carlisle's third team foul in the second half. And 53-40 the score stands, and Spencer Ferguson will do some foul shooting as Brent Simmons checks in to relieve Rich Cronin. Cronin with only 2 fouls. Wonder why he's coming out, Gibbs.
Well, perhaps he wants to give them all a chance to play, too. He realizes that he's mismatched.
Spencer's foul shot is no good. And Spencer, in his punt, that's his first try at the charity stripe tonight. He's got him at points, 12 of them. He rolls this and through. The practice makes perfect for Spencer Ferguson. 54-40. 14-point Bulldog lead. Back to man-to-man for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They apply the pressure. They want the basketball back. Dokes going after it. Dokes in the tangle for it. Dokes can't hang on. The ball's picked up by the Thundering Herd, and back they come with it. And a pass right into the lane picked up by Spencer Ferguson. He's going back 1-on-2. Now everybody sets up. Marcellus from the left corner for 3. Looky there, huh? Well. Wonder what a little pressure can do, huh? 57-40. Again, pressure and a turnover. Corey Tucker picks off a pass. Outlet on one pass goes to Spencer Ferguson. Ferguson puts it up on a little short hook shot from the right side. Bucket will count. He's fouled. 59-40, and just as soon as Carlisle thought, well, we might be able to get back in.
We'll get back in.
Trailing by 13, Martinsburg puts on the heat and says, no, boys. We're home.
They dispelled it rather quickly.
Yeah,
with about 1 minute.
They put the Quietus on that idea, huh?
Don't get any ideas, fellas. We're being nice to you.
Yeah,
we're pushing you out.
Trying to be a little hospitable here, and look what you do. Think you can get back in the game? Well, let's show you. So Spencer's at the line to shoot 1. His shot's up, and it's good all net. 3-point play for Spencer Ferguson. 60-40, the lead back to 20 for the Dogs. Inbound play goes to Jeff Smith for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. He's trapped in the corner, back of the court. Passes over to Jason Franklin. Martinsburg fans wanted the backcourt, didn't get it. Now into the ball game is Brian Black. And I missed that shot, Gibbs.
That was Smith. Smith with a 3-pointer.
Jeff Smith for 3. His first 3-pointer of the night. His 7th point. Now we've got Dokes putting up on a little hook for the Bulldogs, and Dokes got 2.
Nice feed from basic. Throws the baseline. That's what your point guard does. He creates all those things. He makes them happen.
62-43, and Anthony Dokes goes to the line on a foul. The bucket counts, by the way. Dokes with a 3-point opportunity. Bulldogs with a 62-43 lead. Still 62-43 as Dokes misses the foul shot. Rebound comes away to Carlisle. The rebounder, oh boy, Travis Walker, no, Musey, I don't know. Anyhow, over on the right side goes Carlisle with the basketball. 3-point opportunity for Jeff Smith. He puts it up, no good. And Martinsburg walks as they come away with the rebound. Marcellus gets called for the travel.
He's too big a rush. He wanted to get it out of there.
Bulldog fans don't like it. They have to live with it. They've got a 19-point lead with 9 seconds, I should say, remaining in the third quarter. Inbound play, that's to Walker. Walker throws one up from the 3-point range. Marcellus comes away with the loose ball, drives down the lane, puts up and puts in. Basie for 2 more. Basie's having all the fun he wants tonight. Yep. That's the end of the third quarter, and Martinsburg easily 64-43, leading the Carlisle Thundering Herd.
The expensive coverage, don't go for the bottom line. Go for the best coverage for the dollar. We can look at providing you better coverage for the money based on good driving and favorable claims record. That's only part of the advantage of talking with your independent Smith Nadenbush insurance agent. So call one next time you're in the auto insurance market. Smith Nadenbush, Martinsburg, Charlestown, and Berkeley Springs.
Have a building project? Check with Cecil's Building Supply before buying anywhere because cost and satisfaction are important. If you're looking for bricks, Cecil's has the largest selection with the lowest prices. Cecil's has sand, colored mortar, decorative stone, materials for building projects. Cecil's has dozens of samples to choose from at their offices.
They really didn't know how much time remained on the clock. Some of the lights are out on the 1 second digits, the single digits side, and you can't tell a 4 from a 9 and so forth, and they may have thought they had 9 seconds when they only had 4 there. I thought, I was confused, and I recall calling that. So they seem to be griping about it, and I think rightly so there.
Well, yeah, they have a legitimate gripe, but it's not going to make a whole lot of difference.
Exactly so. 21-point lead for the Bulldogs, and the Dogs are in the bonus as we start the fourth quarter of play. Johnny G with Gilbert Miller getting you ready for Mountaineer basketball tonight with this little romp by the Dogs. Carlisle has the basketball as we start the fourth quarter and promptly throw it away over the timeline. That was a pass by Musey intended for somebody on the baseline, and nobody was there down the lane, and it went right through everybody in possession of the Bulldogs. Here's Basie. Dumps it down low. Dokes can't make the shot. A little chip shot from underneath the hoop, and we've got a foul. Or do we have an out-of-bounds basketball? We have a foul. And it's going to be against Corey Tucker. Corey's second, and the fourth team foul now on the Bulldogs in the second half. So Carlisle goes in the bonus next time. There's a foul. And 64-43, the score remains. Stay tuned now. Mountaineers are coming up immediately following this broadcast. Here's Carlisle with the ball. Smith over on the right side. It puts it in the lane to Musey, and Musey from the foul line can't make the shot. Spencer Ferguson with the rebound. Comes back with it. Fires it down low to Johnson. And my! Eric Johnson blew that one. Woo!
After all the work Ferguson did to get that ball up there, too.
I'll tell you.
That was kind of moving up the floor.
Spencer's got a great deal of talent.
Oh, my. He sure does.
Shots up and missed by Jason Franklin. Rebound to Marcellus. Marcellus outlet on a bounce pass to Corey. Corey puts it in the lane, turnaround hook by Anthony Dokes for two more. And Dokes is having a great night. I'll count them up for you here in a minute. Dokes with 9 in the first half and 6 already here in the second half. That's 15 for Anthony. Carlisle working the ball, and losing the ball to the Bulldogs. Here's an outlet on a hook pass from Johnson to Marcellus, and Marcellus chips it off the backboard for two more.
Way too much quickness here.
68-43. Well, Carlisle comes from the land of Indians, Jim Thorpe and the tradition, but they've got too many Indians down here to take care of.
Yeah, here they go again.
And shots up, missed by Jeff Smith, and the Bulldogs right back to it with outlet going from Johnson to Basie, and Basie off the board for two more. We're going to have a timeout for the Carlisle Thundering Herd, and they need it. 70-43, our score, 6:14 to go in the ball game. We're back after this. Back with you here from Martinsburg High School Fieldhouse. 6:11 to go in this basketball game at the Bulldog blowout. 70-43, our score. Carlisle with the basketball. Franklin works it over to Jeff Smith. Smith at the top of the key under heavy pressure from the Bulldogs. Smith has it back now. Musey taking the handoff, pulls into two-point range, puts that up from the left wing. Shot's no good. Rebound Mike Roberts. Ball stolen back away by the Thundering Herd, but right back come the Dogs as Dougie Ferguson picks it off, leaves it off for Eric Johnson. Johnson across the timeline on the dribble as Ferguson moves to the right, and Corey Tucker shoots from the left, three-point range. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebound off the front of the rim comes to Jeff Smith, and Thundering Herd right back with it. They leave it back in the corner now for Franklin. Franklin around the perimeter on the pass. Goes to Walker. Walker leaves it off for Musey. Musey gives back to Franklin. Franklin's shot, no good on the layup. And Doug Ferguson with the rebound has it stripped out of his hands. The ball goes to Smith. Smith tries a layup. No good. Rebounded this time by Scott Lynch. Lynch outlets to Johnson. Johnson for two from the left perimeter. No good. And Chase Match with the rebound is Mike Roberts, and we've got a foul on the baseline. 70-43 our score.
Well, Dave's pretty well cleared them all. He has no starters at all in there now, I don't think, Johnny. Looks like to me he's pretty well cleared out. Even the first 7 or 8, he's using.
Right, Deion Taylor goes in for the sixth man now. Yeah. Corey Tucker's going to sit down. And the foul line for the Bulldogs will be Mike Roberts. He'll be shooting 2, I believe.
Yeah. No, looks like he's got 1 and 1 up there.
Okay, he's got a 1 and 1. You're right. So Mikey Roberts for the 1 and 1. We'll see what he can do. Mike shooting at the stripe, puts it up and in. That's his third point of the night.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
And we're now at 71-43. Roberts again. All net.
Shoots the ball well.
Indeed he does.
Nice for him.
And he's some of the future of the Bulldogs. Well, the lead is just 1 point shy of 30. 72-43. 4:54 to go. So 4:55. I don't know. I can't read those numbers that are out. Sounds just like the coaches there, huh? Shots up, no good. Travis Walker from the right side. And the rebound to Doug Ferguson. He comes down the court, puts it up, puts it in. And a personal foul called against Jason Franklin. Doug has 2, and he'll go to the line.
That was a nice shot. He switched hands, laid it up left-handed.
74-43, Doug Ferguson for 1 at the foul line. To tell you what, while Doug takes the shot, let's take this message.
Don't take your windows for granted. Stop in at the Martinsburg Lumber Company and see the Anderson Prima Shield windows. Anderson Prima Shield windows feature energy-saving double-pane insulating glass, low-maintenance exterior with a natural insulating solid wood core, easy operation, and a 75-year tradition of quality and beauty. Anderson Prima Shield double-hung windows incorporate the best of modern styling. Available at the Martinsburg Lumber Company at 1125 Washington Avenue, Martinsburg, where your home begins.
Doug Ferguson completes the three-point play at the foul line as he hits it. Now Carlisle back with the basketball. They're working it. And the shot's up by Musey. No good. Follow shot no good again by Musey. And this time they get the ball into the hands of Travis Walker. Walker pulls down the board, puts up, puts in. First 2 points of the fourth quarter for the Thundering Herd. It's 75-45. Martinsburg on top. Long shot put up by Lynch. No good. Lynch has his own rebound after a follow shot tried by Cardi Roberts. And nothing happening down there as Carlisle comes back with the basketball, but we're going to have a foul against the Bulldogs, I believe.
31.
Okay, that'll be called against,
Looks like maybe it's 21. Doggone, they're up and down.
Deion Taylor commits a foul.
All right.
And that's going to send to the line with Walker, young man. Travis Walker will be at the line for 1. Be shooting the 1-and-1. While Walker takes his foul shot, let's listen to this.
The Frigidaire refrigerator or freezer you've been wanting is waiting for you now at Miller's Electric. If convenience, reliability, and value is as important to you as preserving your food, take a close look at Frigidaire. Frigidaire refrigerators and freezers come in a variety of sizes, all of which offer an assortment of features to fit your needs and fit your kitchen. And now through February with approved credit, no payments for 90 days at Miller's Electric Company, Tavern Road, Martinsburg.
You'll be counting up the savings like you've never seen before when you shop at the Money Saving Store. Walker made both his foul shots. Martinsburg back with the basketball. They get it to Doug Ferguson, and Ferguson cashes in on a spinning jumper, a beautiful-looking shot, and the score now 77-47. Dogs on top by 30 points. 3:42 to go in the basketball game. Dogs got this one wrapped up, but they're having some fun out there now. Franklin with the ball. That's Walker, I should say, for the Carlisle Thundering Herd. Brent Simmons out on the right wing. Shot put up, three-pointer, I believe. Nope, they only give him 2. That was by Jeff Smith.
Yeah.
And Smith makes 2, and the Bulldogs are right back with 2 more. Gilbert, who had that one? I don't know.
Tell you, they're getting them down the floor, Johnny.
I missed the last bucket for the Bulldogs, and I don't know who made it. Cardi Roberts, I believe. Cardi Roberts made it. Thank you. 79-49, 3:10 to go. And a shot up, no good by the Thundering Herd. Now they're going to clear their bench. Checking in will be Chad Overbaugh, Brian Black. With 3:06 to go in the ball game, 79-49. Dogs on top easily. Deion Taylor, no, it's not going to be Deion at the line. Doug Ferguson goes to the line.
Yeah.
So Doug will shoot a couple, and we'll be back after this.
Well, see,
WS Howard Company is your lighting and restaurant supply headquarters. If your home, church, office, or store is in need of lighting or electrical supplies, the WS Howard Company can fill your every need, including electrical heat supplies, plus all types of fans, attic, and ceiling. The WS Howard Restaurant Division serves hotels, motels, schools, markets, and taverns with complete restaurant supplies, including china and flatware, plus janitorial supplies. Visit the W.S. Howard Company today, 1010 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, or call 263-9741.
Doug Ferguson makes the front end of a 1-and-1, goes for the second one, misses this one. Rebound, battle, it's going to be another foul. No, it's going to be out of bounds. Out of bounds on the baseline to Martinsburg. 80-49 score. Martinsburg leading by 31 points. 3:05 to go in the basketball game. Out on the Right wing with the ball. That's Doug McKenzie. Feeds it over to Deion Taylor. And Taylor, wishes the net with authority, huh, Gilbert?
He says, I got my chance. Give me that ball, boy.
You bet, huh? 82-49, Dogs. 3-point attempt up, and it is good. And that shot put up by Rick Foster. Foster hits the three. Well, man, maybe they could have given Foster a chance all night, huh, Gibbs?
Well, he shot that one with a little bit of authority.
Yeah. 82-52, that score stands. 30-point Dog lead, 2.5 to go in the ball game. Over on the right side, that's Chad Overbaugh. Runs into a man, and there's no whistle. And the basketball out of bounds on the baseline to Carlisle. 24's in there, Cardi Roberts for Martinsburg. Deion Taylor's in there for Martinsburg, along with Scott Lynch. Pincham's in there. And Dave McKenzie. Plenty of defense applied by Martinsburg and busts up the play for Carlisle, but they'll have the ball at quarter court now on the far side. Inbound play goes to Chad Overbaugh. And it's stolen away by Cardi Roberts, and Roberts walks.
He took a couple that trip.
Cardi just shuffled 1 foot one time too many. And with 2:20 remaining in the ball game, the turnover goes to Carlisle. We'll have the ball in on their own baseline. Inbounder will be Rich Foster. That's Rick Foster, beg your pardon. Foster flips it in. Gets the ball into Travis Walker. Now they go around the perimeter. There's a 3-point attempt up. No good. And that was offered up by Brian Black. Brian Black of the Carlisle Thundering Herd. That's the ball out of bounds. Inbounded by Taylor. Goes into McKenzie. McKenzie brings it across the timeline on the dribble. Comes up to the top of the key. Passes over on the right side to Lynch. Lynch puts it down on the baseline right to Cardi Roberts. Roberts on the bottom box draws a foul. Cardi Roberts will go to the line to shoot for the Martinsburg Bulldogs with 2:04 remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Pharmacies are closely regulated for your protection. Patterson's welcomes this regulation because drugs, including those for treating illness and disease, can be potentially dangerous. Patterson meets or exceeds state and federal requirements for storing, labeling, and drug record keeping. For accuracy, convenient hours, emergency services, and very competitive prices, you can rely on Patterson's drugstore in downtown Martinsburg or the Inwood Center. Patterson's has the professional pharmacy services you deserve.
Cardi Roberts made the front end of his 1-and-1, missed the sack to the back end. Now the rebound comes away to McKenzie. He puts up a follow shot, no good in the battle for that loose ball on the floor. And are they going to call it a jump? I don't know.
Well, it has to be possession.
And it'll be a jump ball with possession to Martinsburg. Okay, the inbounder will be Deion Taylor. Deion gets it in. And a big shot put up by Lynch, no good. Rebound to Roberts. And Cardi puts it up and in. Cardi for two. 85-52. Steal the inbound pass. But Lynch, I should say, stepped on the sideline. And the ball turns back over to Carlisle. 1:34 to go in the ball game. 85-52. The Dogs are having no problem tonight. We hope the Mountaineers have it as well, Gibbs.
Not quite this easy.
No, I don't think so. Down the baseline goes Chad Overbaugh. He can't make the shot. Rebound comes away as the Bulldogs stay on Dave McKenzie, I should say, up on the dribble. Put the ball up, no good. Foul shot up by Deion Taylor, no good. And the rebound pulled away by number 30, that's Rick Foster, and he throws the ball away right to Dave McKenzie, I should say. Tapping, and Fincham gets to it and puts it up and in for the Bulldogs. 87-52. Back with the basketball comes the Thundering Herd. Brent Simmons handling it, throws it away. Bulldogs come away with it. McKenzie feeds on the baseline down to Deion Taylor, and Taylor puts it up. No good, but he's fouled. 51 seconds, 57, I should say, to go in the ball game. 87-52 our score. 25. Is that right? No, that's more than that, isn't it? 35-point lead. Right, yeah, 35-point lead to the Bulldogs. That's a big bundle, Jim.
Yeah, that's quite a few. Well, there's not much you can do about it. He substituted everybody's got. He's used every player on the bench.
Let's see how I can relate this. Hedgesville beat Berkeley Springs 39-38 the other night. So the lead by the Bulldogs was nearly what the total points was.
The whole team scored.
Right, exactly. Okay. Deion Taylor from the foul line for one. 88-52. He was shooting a two-shotter there. And now we've got a bunch of bumping and shoving under the Carlisle bucket. Chris Fincham hammered somebody, and that's going to send Carlisle to the foul line. The shooter will be Brian Black. Chris Fincham hammered Black and hammered him well. Black should get 2 for his trouble. If he wasn't shooting, he ought to get intentional on that. Flagrant. 51 seconds in this silly affair. So it's good for the Bulldogs to have, as Gilbert said, have an opportunity to play everybody, but they're certainly not tested tonight by any stretch of the imagination. Black from the foul line makes it 88-53. Black will shoot again on a 2-shot opportunity. Bryan beats the ball into the floor numerous times and puts up and puts right off the back of the rim, no good. Black gets the ball away from the Bulldogs as they come back with it, and a nice dish underneath goes to Brent Simmons. Simmons hammers it up off the glass and in. It will count. Brent has his first 2 of the night, and he's going to go to the line with an opportunity to make a 3. 88-55 now, as Brent Simmons will be shooting for the bonus point. I don't know who fouled him, Gib. Did you catch it?
Well, it could have been any of about 3 people.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I'm not going to...
Simmons shot's up and good from the foul line. All right, 88-56, 42 seconds in the ball game. Up court come the Bulldogs with the ball. Deion Taylor works it over on the right side to Scott Lynch. Lynch drives down to the baseline on the right side. Here's a shot blocked away. Coming away with it is Travis Walker. Walker across the timeline on the dribble. Has the ball picked out of his pocket by McKenzie. McKenzie goes to the hoop, and over his back is Rick Foster.
He got slightly fouled.
Yeah,
Farley got
Foster was all over him. So McKenzie's going to the line on a foul by Foster, and that was just about as big a foul as you can commit. He just flew over McKenzie's back. McKenzie to the line to shoot 2. Let's see how he does it. We'll stay right here. McKenzie at the line shooting 2, puts in the first one, and it's 89-56. Well, the Dogs don't have enough time to score 100 tonight, kid.
No.
Shots up, pins in and out.
Tap again,
And the tapping up, no good. And here we go again, as the Dogs can't get the follow shots to call. That was missed by Deion Taylor. Okay, Walker clears the timeline on a pass to Black. Black tries to hit a man on the right side. Nothing doing as Simmons can't get it to go. And now coming away with the basketball.
Flattened Walker. he ran right over him. He didn't mean to, but he sure decked him.
Lynch called for the personal. We'll come back to this end of the court to shoot some foul shots. 8 seconds remaining. We'll stay right here. And Walker's going to go to the line. Travis Walker had 3 points on a 3-point shot. In the third quarter, he has 4. In the fourth quarter, giving him 7 on the night. And it's an opportunity to pad that total a bit. Travis Walker, number 31. Puts up and in. Don't get the bonus. That makes it 89-57. Walker again. Up and in. 89-58. 6 seconds to go. Right side. Shots up, no good by Lynch. And the game's all over. Well, no test for the Bulldogs tonight. Carlisle suffering after a couple of championships in the state of Pennsylvania. A very down year. They are now 0-15, while the Bulldogs improved to 9-0. Johnny G with Gilbert Miller back with you with team totals and a few final comments. Tell you about our schedule for next week after these messages.
At the Old National Bank, you can see a mortgage loan officer this afternoon and know whether you'll qualify this evening.